Well, you know, we're not a bunch of cynics. We're not a bunch of negativos around here. And even we can get a little misty-eyed. This out of BYU, Florida says just incredible. Here it is, folks.
Great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day.
Every day.
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
I'm going to turn off my camera.
And tomorrow is just a dream away.
Dream away.
Man has a dream, and that's the star. He follows his dream.
This breaks my heart.
And there you go, folks. That is the empty theater. On the other side, that's the very last time that we've got everybody gathered together for the oven to go to 900 degrees and burn the turkey and grandma get the high score and all that. Of course, that is not one of the original scenes. It's been updated significantly, but so nice to see that people loved Walt's attraction and that they were there to celebrate Walt's attraction. What better way for an attraction to go down? I'm not saying that I enjoy what they're doing. We'll see how this goes. I have major premonitions that this could go badly because I just see fundamentally they're making some erroneous decisions when it comes to Carousel's changeover. But what better way could fans say goodbye than this again? And we keep seeing this over and over again, whether it's Muppets or whatever, people gathering together, you know, in like a funerary sense. Here they were outside as the final time took place for Carousel of Progress. All right. There you go, folks. There you go. Ron, let's go to you first on this. Ron, they're going to change it. I have said, you know, I get it. The crowds are low. A typical time you go to see this, it's maybe 20% filled in the theater. But I wish they had done 1920s, 1960s, 2000, and then the far-flung future, hopeful future, et cetera, et cetera. The way they're doing it, I believe, Ron, is 60s, 80s, 2000s, and then 2020. I don't get it. It just seems, I don't understand this. And I don't understand, you know, if you're doing 60s, 80s, 2000, and then, you know, none of that is the time of Walt. And so that's kind of losing the spirit of what this thing is all about. You're supposed to go from when light bulbs are brand new and the way Walt grew up, you know, to, wow, look at where we're going. And so I worry about the future of this attraction. But your thoughts, Ron, on the beautiful way that this was celebrated?
Well, I mean, now is the time. Now is the best time.
All right. We're sticking with Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow around here. We know the original, Ron.
No, this is so funny. Yeah, the problem that I have with it is I haven't seen modern Imagineering do anything great. What they've done, the record of the past 10 years is that Imagineering, that was a department that used to be phenomenal when it first started. I remember thinking, not thinking, but I remember when Eisner came in and the Imagineers thought they were gone. They thought they were, and then Eisner came over to them and had a talk with them and was very excited and reinvigorated them. And the 90s were a great time for Imagineers. The Imagineering department now is just, hey, look, there's Tom Corliss in the audience there. There he is, right there in the middle.
He's a big fan of us. He loves us.
Hey, Tom and I get along great, so I don't have.
Oh, good.
We do. It's a nice guy, big
good
guy. But here's the thing: Carousel Progress. I would definitely say it needs an update. I don't trust modern Imagineering to do the update justice. And I hate the fact that I wish that we had a way to showcase the scenes that are there someplace else on property and say, hey, this is the way it used to be, this is the way it started. Somehow something, I don't know what they're going to do with this, and I have no idea. The thing
it's going to be through a modern lens that's going to be very different. I believe
it's really.
I just don't think they're capable of doing anything other than viewing the world that way. Exactly,
and that's the issue that I'm going to have. I think that this attraction is going to go from not particularly super popular to even far less popular when they put it like the way that they're going to put it. I think it's going to be an absolute ghost town.
That's why, Ron, that's why they're doing the Walt animatronic, is they think that's the only way they can convince people to come in and see it. I'm telling you, that's the whole shebang why they had to do a Walt animatronic was, how do we get people to go see it? Because these people don't believe in the future anymore. They really don't. They believe that we're like a virus on the earth and all this kind of stuff. It's what they're taught in colleges all the time. And they don't believe in Epcot. They don't believe in great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Like just Bugs Life to Zootopia is a perfect example of the downgrade that keeps happening. Splash Mountain to Tiana's downgrade, and which is ironic because it's called the Carousel of Progress, and what you're going to see is regress. And all they really needed to do in there is fix the last scene to make it a little bit more futuristic. Everything that's in that scene we have. He just doesn't say, Alexa, turn the oven to 850.
Right.
But it's just, look, they're going to keep Carousel Progress. I don't know for what good it's going to do them when they change it.
Erika, your thoughts. I want to be positive on this, because so many people got together and celebrated and clapped and sang. And so that's the beautiful part of it, right? At least there's the good part that people still believe in a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Yeah.
Some people.
I wasn't born when Walt passed away, and it kind of, I wasn't there. I don't know what I'm only going off of what that great, immense, devastating feeling may have felt back then. That's what I'm feeling now. Because we had Rivers of America, and now we've got Carousel of Progress. So I'm just over here. I feel this need to go to his grave at this point. And I'm being serious. Like that's not even me being facetious in any way. I'm sitting here literally thinking, okay, when we book our vacation to California, I think I'd rather just go to his grave and pay my respects than even go to Disney. It feels like that. You're just removing him, and for what? For, I don't know. I mean,
but we'll get Robot Walt. Robot Walt will be taking his place.
And someone in the comments said that they would have been okay with that as long as they kept everything else the same. And I actually agree with that sentiment. I was okay with them, as crazy of an idea and as not agreeable as that idea was, but at least don't mess with the rest of the attraction it's so retro. And I'm sorry, but retro has been in style for quite some time. Millennials and Gen Z and Gen Alpha gravitate to these eras. The older it is, the more fascinated they are with it. And I don't know why you would want to modernize any of it. They don't care about modern. They were born into the modern world.
Right. They want to see what life was like 100 years ago.
Exactly.
Culture, maybe what they should have done is updated the animatronics and changed the last scene. Maybe going this far is actually yet again a major misstep for them.
Well, I think I think no matter what they do, it's going to be a misstep, because they really do need to leave, as Erika said, everything as intact as possible from the original concept here. I didn't mind the song change, as Ron kind of indicated previously.
No, we're staying with great, big, beautiful tomorrow, forever culture, forever.
Which is fine. But the problem is that Imagineering now seems so brain dead compared to where they were before. We've had the necessary downgrade comment that Ron made rings true, from Splash Mountain to Rivers of America to the new Pirates animatronic that's going to break down with the blue screen of death.
It already broke down.
It already did.
Yeah,
Yeah, they already covered his face with a washcloth. Yeah.
Okay. It's just going to get worse. And I'm going to suggest the way that this is the current thought process at Imagineering. You ready? They are legitimately going to use the Taylor Swift animatronic look-alike and upgrade that. And the song will be sung by Taylor Swift.
Oh, is that going to be Patricia?
Patricia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to say these are all ideas that I promise you modern day Imagineering has in their mind. They're like, oh, we're going to capitalize on this pop star Swiftie thing that nobody's going to care about after the first 2 weeks this thing is running. That's the other problem. I think you guys are all correct. People are not going to return to this attraction because it won't feel the same. Did it need to maybe upgrade the last scene? Maybe. But Disney Imagineering doesn't have any imagination, and they haven't because they haven't been able to reimagine the descent on Spaceship Earth. This is not a new problem for Imagineering. It's
still
one
covered still covered in scrims and
very true.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't until just a few years ago they finally removed the animatronics in the descent. They were behind those scrims, just not powered on. The lighting was not powered up. It was a long time of things sitting dead back there. And look, I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's and Epcot, would be a lot of fun. But I think Disney can do better. And I think Carousel of Progress, because it has lots of mechanical problems too, with the massive amounts of work they're going to have to do, is going to be an even bigger challenge in the future. And look, the systems that are in place in that attraction are all going to have to be replaced if they shift to modern animatronics, because they're going to have to go from the classically pneumatically or hydraulically driven animatronics to electronic. That's
See, I'm all for that, but at the same time, but they don't need to change. I'm all for changing the technology, so they're not breaking down as fast. I get it. Parts are hard to come by when, stop.
Wait a minute. You guys just said the new Pirates animatronic broke down.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so you have faith in the fact that they'll be able to keep an army of animatronics?
Can we just say too that the animatronic, they pretended like it was some brand new technology, and it was literally just a projector inside the head, like we've seen 1,000 times before.
Yeah, old technology. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, and again, I mean, outside of the fireworks setting ablaze the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, that was something welcome when they first had the face projection technology. I appreciated the fact that they'd moved animatronics forward, but it didn't take away what had already existed. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Erika, but I don't look forward to the classic animatronics being replaced by, these new-fangled gadgets that they can't keep operable. This is the same thing that happened on Splash when they made Tiana. It's the same. I don't have faith. And here's another reason I don't have faith. Instead of repurposing the amazing animatronics that they have for Muppets, those things are probably just sitting somewhere rotting or about to be auctioned off, or have been, or who knows at this point. So
I think what will end up happening is they will salvage for the Disney archives. A lot of that stuff is what we see on the staging, from the props to the animatronics. They'll keep them. They're not just going to put them somewhere and rot. They'll go to the Disney archives, and they'll be in a traveling Disney museum around the US, or possibly even around the world. And they'll showcase bits and pieces of the old Carousel of Progress in some kind of traveling museum. That's what I'm predicting they're going to do down the road. I don't agree with that either, but that's my theory.
Well, let me go to MJ, and MJ, you tell us your thoughts, and I'll be right back, boys and girls. The mouse is dying here on the desk, and so we'll get it revivified. But MJ, go ahead with your thoughts, please.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you guys. I was listening to everything you guys were saying. Culture, you're right. I mean, this is old technology. It's scary because we lost faith in WDI. So the revamp of the Carousel of Progress is extremely frightful. It's not anything that, back in the day you used to look forward to refurbs and not necessarily retheming of things, but the refurbishment, you knew that they weren't going to remove anything that's nostalgic or dear to the company. It was going to be something that was going to be excellent and paid homage to Walt. And this ride, this Carousel of Progress, is his DNA is running through this ride, and it was beautiful to see the people singing and participating in the last days of the attraction. I actually had to turn off my camera. I got you know me, I get emotional. I just want to leave people with we have to have faith in what's going on, no matter what. We have to keep the momentum alive ourselves. So everyone that participated, and they vlogged it or they recorded it and they have it at home saved in their own archives. Walt's legacy has to continue, because eventually what I'm afraid of is down the line, it's not going to be Walt Disney World. It's not going to be Disneyland. There's a big chance if these things keep happening, monsters, they're just going to change the name of the parks. It's almost like a ticking bomb. And I hate saying that, but we just got to keep our chin up and remember what he did. That's why I always revert back to the classics. And I show that to my kids too. I mean, we just saw The Sword in the Stone the other day, because I want them to know what Walt did, his vision, his craft, his masterpiece with animation, and the thought behind it. Everything was a really good learned lesson. It was nice. It was decent. It was clean. It didn't have an agenda. It didn't force garbage down the throats of families like what they're projecting today. And it's just, it's unfortunate. And this is a very much dear loved attraction. And I'll just leave you guys with a little something to you can replay this as much as you like, because I don't know if this is going to be a members only afterwards. That's Pro's decision. But I wanted to give you guys something that you could probably replay later on. So I'm just going to do the first 3 lines of "There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow" by the Sherman Brothers. So here it goes, everybody. And if you want to turn on your lights on your phones and sing along at home, please do so. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart. And when it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me. So there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.
There you go, folks. Walt's longest running stage show, and we hate to see it go. Hopefully they'll be kind. We'll see in time. But for now, farewell to Carousel of Progress.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.